Kayla Santosuosso, a nice Italian girl from Ohio, is running for New York City Council in Brooklyn. She's going to replace, or trying to replace, Justin Brannan, who is her boss, by the way, as a New York City councilman. As you can see here, Kayla Santosuosso, she, her, is chief counsel at the office of Justin Brannan. So Justin Brannan, whatever he's paying Kayla Santosuosso, is paying her basically to run for his council seat. Now, she can be his legal counsel, but somehow I suspect that Justin Brannan, as chairman of the finance committee and as just a member of the council, as a high-ranking Democratic member of a Democratic majority on the New York City Council, Justin Brannan has access to any number of lawyers with expertise in a wide variety of fields who can answer any questions he has legally. He does not need a legal counsel in his district office, but he has one because Kayla Santosuosso is a lawyer, in my opinion. That's why he has her there as that. And he has a history, Justin Brannan. Himself, he was, I believe, a chief of staff, and his experience as chief of staff cost the city $850,000 in a settlement over an abuse case with another staff member who was autistic. Justin turned around after serving as a staffer in a council member's office and ran for that council seat. And I don't know the history specifically of that race, but my suspicion is Justin was being paid by the taxpayers to be a chief of staff, to be an employee, and he was pretty much free to do whatever he wanted to promote his own political future, his own candidacy. And here you have Kayla Santosuosso doing the same thing. And it's not the first time, by the way. Last year you had Chris McCrate, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, his chief of staff, Brannan's current chief of staff, running for the state legislature in a state legislative district, the state assembly district, that overlapped large portions of Justin Brannan's council district. Again, taxpayers paying people as staff members to run for public office. So here you've got Kayla Santosuosso, who is from July of 2024. Interesting timing, 7 months. Just as she's preparing to run for the New York City Council, she becomes chief counsel to City Council member Justin Brannan. And in this case, this woman is a full-time employee. So she's getting health care benefits, taxpayers' expense, no doubt. But if I'm wrong, she can correct me. She's making a salary at government expense. And she's running for council. And it's very difficult to parse between what her official duties are as chief counsel to Justin Brannan and her political agenda is outreach to the community that benefits her politically. I would say they're the same exact thing. And the other thing I would say is that what is she advising Justin Brannan on legally? What's legal to tweet or post on X? What she should be counseling him on legally is this. Hey, Justin, I think we have a conflict of interest here. I'm working for you as legal counsel. You were elected to represent the people of this district, whomever they voted for, whatever their party is. And I am working for you at taxpayer expense, and I am running as a Democrat to replace you. So right from the get-go, whatever portion of Republicans or not Democrats they have in that district, undecided voters, Kayla here is being paid by the taxpayers of the city of New York to campaign as a Democrat for New York City Council. And if she is his chief counsel, in fact, his legal advisor, I humbly suggest she might want to counsel him that this, at the very best, is a really bad look, Justin. It's a really bad look to have your staff, be it your chief counsel or your chief of staff, year after year running for office while getting paid full-time salary with benefits at taxpayer expense to do so, calling herself his chief counsel as if he has many counsels in his little storefront office in Coney Island or in Bay Ridge or wherever it is. Justin, really. the level of how idiotic you think people are, which maybe you're right.
The average person has no fucking idea what's going on.
The average New York City council member makes $148,500 a year. And their chiefs of staff, on average, make between $127,000 and $206,000, even more than the members do, to run these council offices, these council chiefs of staff. And that would include Chris McCrate, running for state assembly last year. I don't know what he makes specifically, but I'm sure he's making a nice salary. And he's running for assembly. And I'm sure they're claiming he's working a full day's work while he's running for assembly. But entertain this thought. If Chris McCrate or Kayla Santosuosso, whatever her name is, if these people are going to the, the Bay Ridge school opening or bake contests for the PTA or the, Muslim Unity Party event, whatever they're going to, the anti-Israel protest, if they show up at that, supposedly working for the New York City Council member to see what's going on, to do outreach to the community. Whatever they're doing as staff people obviously directly benefits them as candidates. They're meeting people who are voters. They're meeting people who are leaders in the constituency groups that they need to back them. The city of New York, the taxpayers of New York, are paying people who are parasites, political parasites, who run for office, work for people who run for office, that when the people who employ them, like Justin Brannan, are term limited out, they themselves, while still on the city payroll, run for his seat. And he takes them out of, in Kyla's case, takes her out of a job that she could not run for office from, assistant corporation counsel. Can't do that. Definite disqualifier, conflict. And he puts her into his own council office, pays her a nice salary, I'm sure, gives her health benefits, I'm sure. And she runs around as if she's the savior of that district. No, it's the other way around. The people of that district who are paying for this, and the city as a whole who are paying for this, they are her savior. They employed her through law school from 2017 to 2021 after she did a stint as a campaign manager for a guy running against Justin Brannan. Then she does a little bit of time, year and 8 months, as a program manager for Havens Relief Fund Society. Don't know what that is. But everything she's done since July of 2019, which is going to be 6 years by the time her primary comes in June, before her election in November, she's worked for Justin Brannan. You know, this is why people are so turned off to politics. In 2022, I don't know what the current number is, but I guarantee you it's higher than this. In 2022, the New York City government laid out $33,193,900, like the extra $900, $900 to pay council people and their staffs. Almost $33.2 million. Only $7.5 million of which was allocated to the council members themselves to pay them. The rest went to staff and aides, people who are professional activists who spend their time working in the district like Kayla is, and there are many other examples, but I'm using this as an example because this is a unique situation. You've got a guy running for comptroller, Justin Brannan, who is doing something that is very questionable. in terms of paying staff people to run for political office. He did it with Chris McCrate running unsuccessfully for the state assembly. He's doing it now with Kayla Santosuosso running for his council seat.